is a match-winning effort. Oh, out! What a beauty!
We're looking ahead to the T20 World Cup. If you had to pick a world 11 from the players that we're most likely to see in the T20 World Cup, who would be your first 5 picks?
I've actually gone with Rashid Khan at number 1. And the reason I thought about that was if we actually had an IPL auction now and there was no salary cap, he's probably the one that's going to go for the most amount of money. Even the BBL draft has just happened here a couple of nights ago. He was obviously going to be the most sought after player in that draft. I've got him at number 1 for his consistency, his wicket-taking ability over a long period of time, but also the fact that his economy rate in the T20 game is just outstanding. And I know, coaching against him in the IPL, when you're playing against any team that he's playing in, you probably have less sleep that night than you do for any other game that you play during the year. So I'll go for him at number 1. Babar Azam I'll go for at number 2, simply because he's been the number 1 ranked batsman in the T20 game for quite a while now, and deservedly so. His record speaks for itself. He's pretty much led the way for that Pakistan team for the last couple of years, so I'll slot him in at number 2. And on current form, it's pretty hard to go past Hardik Pandya at number 3. I mean, his IPL was outstanding. To see him back at the bowling crease is something that I was a little bit unsure would actually ever happen again, to be honest. He's had some really big injury setbacks, which has obviously affected how much he's been able to play for India. But to see him back bowling like he is at that pace as well, he's bowling over 140 k's an hour again, which he was doing 4 or 5 years ago. But his maturity of his batting's come on in leaps and bounds. He understands the game better, and he understands his game better than ever before. And right now, he's probably the best all-rounder in the world in T20 cricket, and could potentially be in one-day cricket. And if he wants to do it, he could find himself back in the Indian Test team as well with the right conditions, I think. So I've got him at number 3. I thought long and hard about it as well, and about Australian conditions, coming up for the World Cup here. And I had to pick Josh Buttler in there, actually. He's a bit the same. When you're coaching against him, you just know that he's got something that a lot of other players don't have. The ability, just to take the game away from you in a short period of time, opening the batting, which he'll do obviously for England during this T20 tournament, the World Cup. He's an out-and-out match winner, and as we saw with last year's IPL, would he make 400s, I think? It was 3 or 400s in the tournament, which was quite remarkable. His batting went to another level in the last IPL, so he's in at number 4. And you'll be happy with this one. I've got Jasprit Bumrah in at number 5, probably the most complete bowler across Test cricket, one-day cricket and T20 cricket in the world right now. Very good with the new ball when anyone decides to use him. I know Mumbai don't use him that way much anymore. India might think about giving him an over with a new ball in Australia where it might swing, but what you can guarantee is a couple of great high-quality death overs, which every team in the world is looking for someone that can execute great Yorkers and slower balls and bounces at the end, and that's certainly what he can do. So I think that'd be my top 5, and I put a bit of thought into it, and those 5 were pretty much standouts.